Alright, some people like these things I would change in the game. ASMR. Like I said, a lot of these videos I've actually already done with all these characters before. So, it feels kind of boring. But I don't ever think I did the Vegetas, so I guess I'll talk about things I would change about vegetaZ. Vegeta's. If I were to change the game. And of course, anything I talk about is, you gotta go off the basis of some of the fundamental changes of what I would do for the game. And again, I don't want to I already ramble enough, right? So I don't want to talk too much about stuff that I would change, but just some general ideas that I think would be fun for the Vegetas, I guess. One thing that I do fear for the next season of the game, or as this series of games progresses, however long. First of all, let me just say this. I think that Majin Vegeta deserves to be in the game lure-wise, but I don't think he deserves to be in the game creatively speaking. With how the game is, I don't think he deserves to creatively be in the game. I don't think the game can creatively handle Majin Vegeta if you're still trying to make a good game. And that's not that he doesn't have his own moves, right? Because Vegeta actually has a number of moves they could, give these guys, these dudes. There are different versions of him. But the game is generally so standardized. You know what I mean? I just don't think the game can handle a Majin Vegeta. Does that make sense? If you're trying to make a good game. I fear they're going to put him in. And he's just going to be like regular Vegeta. He's going to have a lot of same normals that the other ones do, but they're going to give him that atomic blast where his fingers, where he does a little weird sign with his hands or whatever. You know what I mean? But I really hope, I think the best case scenario maybe, and I use that loosely because I'm really kind of against it, is giving maybe this Vegeta a Majin transformation. Which I'm even really against that, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to stay away from transformations, but just because of how dry the game is, right? And how, creatively speaking, the game is really being bled dry. So I think Majin Vegeta deserves to be in the game lure-wise, but creatively speaking, I don't think the game can handle him. So what would I would do? I would just say, give this Vegeta some Majin moves, potentially, right? What would you do? So again, I think every character should have one new move, maybe one new normal, special, whatever. I don't think any more than that will ever happen. I just think it's unrealistic for the game. So what is something they could actually do for this Vegeta? Well, first of all, yeah, they could give him, losing my voice here for a second. He blows himself to bits, right? I don't know. There's a cheap pop, you know what I mean? Who knows? He blows himself to bits. It leaves him down with 1 health left, or maybe it just totally kills him, but it does a shitload of life or something. I don't know. He could have a wacky super like that. Make that his wacky new super. But here's something that I think you could do interesting, right? Let me set this to block, right? For his new move, right? Because I think every character should have everyone's like, oh, wait, did I not set the block? Oh, that's the recovery thing. Wait, block? Okay. Wait, what am I doing? Enemy settings. Guard can't bot. I don't know what I'm talking about. Guard on, right? Is this it? That shows you how much I play the game, right? I don't even know what the fucking person half the time. Anyway. So I think every character should have one jump cancelable move, right? And a lot of characters, I just said, it could be their medium auto combo because this shit needs a use, right? Well, what if for Vegeta you do something kind of different, right? What if for him, do you know that move he does, the Majin Vegeta move? You know when he's talking to Goku and the King, the Kaioshin, whatever that guy is, and Gohan or whatever. And he kind of just the Majin Vegeta, he just swipes his hand away and it blows the dude away, right? I think that could be his new normal, right? And I think it would actually be kind of fun, right? Because there he does a little Majin Vegeta normal. And imagine when he swipes away with his hand, it's that move he did when he's talking to Goku and Gohan's there, and he's like, get out of the way. And he moves his hand, right? And shoots a little wind blast. So imagine Vegeta has kind of a neat, his new normal that they give him, and maybe it's his medium auto combo when he does that, or maybe if he just has a miscellaneous normal. He moves his hand, the hand has a hitbox, and he pushes the guy away, and then it does a few hits of block, right? It's whatever. So maybe it's a 4-hit move altogether, just does piddly jabs worth of damage, right? But the reason I say this is because Vegeta actually has, this stuff is kind of fun. He has this whole thing, right? Where he's doing that, right? Which side is he going to stand? You know what I mean? I think that is actually fun, right? He has a very fast duck, so I think it would be fun. So if he has a jump cancelable normal, and the normal is multiple hits, so if you were to Again, if you were to say it's 4 hits, so depending on when you cancel it, every hit is jump cancelable. So if you were to do, he swipes his hand and you cancel the first hit. Well, there, I fucked it up, right? Then it's going to be a cross-up. But if you wait for it to go all the way out, right, where he's off here, you know, well, I'm fucking up. You know what I'm, the thing what I'm trying to get at is his new normal, and like I said, I want everyone to have at least one jump cancelable move, actually lets him do shit like that. Because that stuff is kind of fun, right? When you're trying to do weird shit like that, like, he should have actual points where he can, like, go into weird mix-ups like that. Because that shit is fun, dude, right? Do you get what I'm saying? That's fun. That's fun, dude, right? Whatever the fuck you're doing. So that would give him a way to do those fun mix-ups, and the opponent would be a little bit afraid because it's like, oh, well, if he's going to jump cancel it here, you know what I mean? Then it's going to, like, cross up, or he's going to stay in the front, whatever. It gives him a way to do that, right? I also think maybe that's this side of this move, right? He does that, so that sweep. Or his new normal or new special move could be that Majin Vegeta. You know how he does that move where he, when he's versus Goku, and he shoots the little 5 rings at him, right? And it shoots the 5 rings at him and it slams you against the wall. Maybe he could have some new kind of a smash move, a forward hard slash. It's like really slow, but it gives him just a little bit of a new dynamic to his, you know, play style, right? Just like a little throw, it hits the guy, they're on the rings, and it's like a new smash attack, right? Whatever the case, I think that might be fun. Maybe that's his new thing, and of course, I would like things to be tweaked, but whatever, you're kind of like switching his play style, you're giving him a unique normal that lets him do all that kind of fun stuff, because that stuff is too fun to not, like, be used. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's got to have weird shit like that, I think, too, right? Plus, since he's, like, pushing the guy away, if you're doing, like, a Vegeta style, like, whatever, you know what I mean? So, of course, you'd be filling with this frame data all over, just like every other character's. I would like to see that, what I just did right there, you know what I mean, more useful, but I don't. Yeah, see, you know, you can do like that. Wow, I got that pretty good each time. That's pretty hard. I got that each time. I'm the fucking shit, dude. Wow, fuck me, dude, and I definitely don't play Vegeta. I would like to see that shit better. You know what I mean? Because I think it's really fun. But I guess at the end of the day, you know, it's probably just, you know, I can't think of a way that you could be like, could you make that so you can't reflect it? But then it's like an infinite, right? If you're given, like, every character has, like, a jump move. Well, not an infinite. Yeah, I guess if you can't reflect or anything like that, because you can make it a true combo, right? But whatever the case, even if you're just doing stuff like that, all right, what am I doing? You can even go down like that. Just so many things, you know, give him a little bit of extra flair to his playstyle. Of course, I would fiddle with everything, right? Oh, and one more thing. I'm going to sound real fucking nerdy here, right? This is me being a nerd. Forgive me, but I think you could do this. So, you know, the Final Flash is like this, blah, 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 blah. I think it would be fun if, again, this is kind of nerdy, but since I'm not changing too much about Vegeta, or I did, I guess, sometimes, you know, fiddle with lots of things, right? You know what I mean, within the game system. But I think it'd be fun if you could actually charge the Final Flash, and you know he has lightning all around him like that, or you can even see it like right there, right? So, you know, like the electricity's shooting all over the screen. I think it would be fun if you could actually charge it up, and, you know, like the lightning around his body had a hitbox. So maybe he has some really wacky, weird combos of, like, behind the back Final Flash, and the lightning is, like, hitting the guy, right? And I think it'd be fun because it's kind of like lure-wise, like, yeah, see, I think this is gonna miss, right? But I'm just trying to see if I could hit. I think it'd be fun if there'd be some kind of weird way that, like, again, like, if you could get, like, see, he's got a little bit, well, the lightning bolt is way behind him right now. I just think it'd be fun because the Final Flash is so slow in the anime. What if he has, like, a version, instead of pressing, like, the punch and the medium, if you do the other 2 buttons, you can charge it a little bit, and you got some wacky-ass combos where the guy can hit the electricity while you're charging it. I don't know. If that's the changes I would do to Vegeta, give him some Majin moves. I think that would be fun. I know some people are going to be like, oh, but I want Majin Vegeta himself. I understand because lure-wise, I do think he should be in the game as well. But I just think creatively speaking, the game can't really handle him, right? But give him that swipe move. That swipe normal seems too obvious to get fun shit like that, dude. I just think that's way too loud. Then going down with that. Well, I fucked it up there, but hey, you know. Hey, my point is that. So another thing, Majin Vegeta. I know some people are saying they want Majin Vegeta to have installed super, dude. I'm gonna be honest, dude. That fucking blue evolution shit is absolutely fucking retarded, dude. I can't believe anyone likes that. You know what I think when I think of blue evolution? That shit is such a fucking cheap cop-out to give a Vegeta a new toy. Like, I can't believe they don't have a fucking cowboy Vegeta. Like, you know, they used to have all those crazy Ninja Turtle toys. I'm sure they still fucking do. Like, Cowboy Raphael. Scuba Donatello. Why the fuck does Donatello use a fucking turtle? Donatello doesn't need a fucking scuba suit. Donatello can already breathe underwater. Fucking retarded, right? That's how fucking stupid Blue Evolution Vegeta is. May as well fucking make cowboy leather pant Vegeta. That's how fucking stupid I think Blue Evolution Vegeta is. I can't even believe people think where people were going so overboard when I was talking about having evolutions or transformations in a game. I only think transformations should be in the game when it's like an absolute last resort, right? I would prefer you don't do that. Anyway, so Vegeta, what could you give him? So Vegeta has some other moves that haven't really gotten used. And technically, fuck, in the anime, doesn't he? Or no, the manga, Blue Vegeta has some kind of, doesn't he have some like Galaxy Final Flash where he sticks his hands the other ways or something? I know he does something weird like that in the manga. I'm not going that far with him. But I think you could do some fundamental things with Vegeta just to show off. I think that, you know, because I think this character's a mess. This character, I think Blue Vegeta, I mean, he's a little bit better this patch, but he feels like a fucking, some kid went home and he's like their fucking Mugen project, dude, right? He's just fucking, just slap some special moves on a character, generally speaking. Couple of the moves is like, oh, hey, here's my after school. My dad let me make a character in a video game. I think Blue Vegeta is fucking retarded as fuck, generally speaking, but fundamental things you could do to fix him right away, I think shit like this. I think this game, you know how this game has like, well, obviously, probably. So you may have shit like this, boom, boom, whatever, let's see. It's an anti-rare, right? Like the guy flashes blue, he flashes blue. I think this game should actually have moves that are low and vulnerable. So say like this, right? Just way too obvious. You already added a property name, so if I'm like boom, it's not gonna work, right? But so if I'm like this, Vegeta can do, well, it didn't work because it's not like that. But look how slow this move is. He starts off in the air, dude. He's already in the air. He starts off. It's 17 frames. I think this move could be one of the moves, and I would make a few other moves like this too. Would be frame 1 invincible to lows. And then on counter hit, you could land and then do a regular combo. So you could actually, you know, reversal with this, right? That's like a fundamental change that I do. Like this move has blue anti-air shit. I think certain moves should be anti-air, you know, whatever, right? Like it doesn't have to be the low. I mean, the low is still pretty slow at 12, but you know, look at this. This one, the low at least he's like, you know, he's still kind of on the ground when he starts, right? Still, like I could say, but this dude, well, I guess that, I just feel like at least make the medium invincible to lows, and then if it hits on a counter hit, you can land, you do a combo, whatever. I would like, you know, really fuck with this character's frame data, right? Because he's just such a fucking Mugen character, I think. I think something you could do, though, to make this character more fun, because I like these kind of moves, these throw kind of things, right? I think it's interesting. And I talked about this game doesn't have enough fucking, what am I doing? Enough fucking, like, actual, like, tech kind of setups, right? Like, see, that, dude, that should fucking hit, dude. Like, I said that before. I would make techie. It's gotta be less invincible to throws, dude. That's fucking up. It's gotta be. At least make a couple frames less invincible to throws, right? So, like, look at that, dude, right? I'm purposely trying to miss it, but. So what would I do? Because I think this is kind of fun. First of all, since this move is slow already, I think if you hold down the button, you should be able to change the direction. So if I'm holding down punch and I'm holding back, I should go more straight up. Or I should go, you know, you should be able to fiddle with the directions more, right? And since Tekken would be, you know, it's got to be at least a couple frames more vulnerable as a throw, dude, right? Because you got to add some kind of mix-up in that game, right? So Vegeta has a move that he has in almost every game before these kind of games, right? And then eventually they gave the move to Vegeta in the final bout. He has that move where he kind of like, he shoots fire up from the ground, right? Comes up, it kind of looks like, say, it kind of looks like a power geyser, right? Or like Frieza's Duck Hard Slash, and he can just throw it on the ground, and it like, or he moves his hand up and it shoots like a power geyser wherever the guy is, right? So I would actually give Vegeta, Blue Gogeta, blue Vegeta that move, right? And it would be an off the ground move, right? It doesn't have to cause a smash, so it doesn't need to be like anytime you hit the guy, you can automatically do it. It smashes the guy and you get a free combo. I would just do it to add like either you get one more hit off an off the ground tag, right? Because you do this move where he hits the fireball, the power geyser, shoots the guy up, and you can do one more special move. Or if you're doing it in long combos, obviously you off the ground real quick, and then the guy wants to tag. And so then depending on where the guy tags, that's an actual mix-up, right? And again, you can control this a little bit better because that would add a little bit more of a hectic nature to the game. This game needs more kind of tech situations like that. You're adding in that move that he has in other games, and you're giving it a fucking purpose. I don't know if people are old enough to remember this move I'm talking about, but he has it like in all the Super Nintendo games. He has it in some of those god-awful, I guess a lot of the games are god-awful, you know, the PlayStation and whatever Sega Saturn games as well. It's like a power geyser move. Fire comes from the air, and then, like I said, then they gave it to Vegeta in a game too, but like I said, give him an off-the-ground move that does that, right? Shoots the guy up in the air. You can do it in a long combo, so it's not like, you know, you're not getting a huge combo off it anyway, but at least, you know, you're going for a little bit of like a reset situation, right? And, you know, again, just working with the fundamentals of the game, right? Like I said, I hate these record things, like such fucking noogie moves. Like they really need to fix with the fundamentals in this game to make that shit better. For his other new move, I think they could give him, and again, I'm like pulling weird things out of different games since they like to do that in this game. Vegeta has that fucking move in Final Bout. I don't know if people are going to know what I'm talking about. He kind of really slowly steps in, and then he kind of like puts a big orb in front of him, some kind of demonic orb. I don't know if people know what I'm talking about. He does like a slow step in, and then he like shoots like an orb thing that hits the guy, right? And it's just like a whatever, right? Point is, that could be his new move, right? And since this Vegeta is all about, you know what I mean, mix-ups and everything like that, make his new normal a very slow step-in attack where he does that orb thing that he has in Final Bout. And then when he does it, though, it just gives him advantage, too. He can link an attack off of, right? It's like a true block string. So at least, you know what I mean, you're tapping pressure, you're fiddling with the frame data of all this shit, you're making this shit more scary, you know what I mean? And then he has a slow, normal, it's not going to combo, but if the guy isn't like, you know, trying to do something, blue Vegeta's just left that the advantage again to keep comboing, right? Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. A really slow attack, right? You could even think of, maybe it would act like, say, Kai's forward hard slash in Guilty Gear. You know what I mean? Like a very slow attack that you don't really combo into it, but you have the advantage after. So he's very slow, tap, tap. He steps in, boom, and it gives him an advantage. They can just run in, and he has like a huge advantage off it, dude, right? Insane advantage. Give him that move. It's a move he had in other video games. He had it. Actually, only might have had it in Final Bout. I'm not sure. Actually, thinking about it, but if you're nerdy enough, maybe you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so there you're adding some moves to these Vegetas, making them a little bit different. I don't know what I would add to base Vegeta because I just haven't really thought about it. You know, I think about a lot of fundamental changes that I think are wrong, but I'm not sure what you would give to base Vegeta as a new normal. But I don't know. Don't know about that. And since Piccolo's on the screen, what would I give Piccolo if I were changing the game? Well, first of all, stop nerfing all the fucking nutsack loops every time I find them, dude. Put the nutsack back to how it was, dude. Stop fucking nerfing the nutsack every time. I mean, Jesus Christ. And of course, I've said this before too. I hate this shit. The game should have synergy. This shouldn't go away. You know what I mean? Maybe some people think that's going to be cheap. You know what I mean? Maybe add some property. If you can add in a property, how about this? If you can add in a property that the super automatically goes away when you call a character, how about this? Instead of making it automatically go away, if you think it's too good, make it when you call in your next character, you just switch the property of the move. All those fireballs just count as regular fireballs now. You can just homing dash through it. Okay? Is that like can we like get a compromise here? Just like, I don't think you should be able to, that shouldn't go away. It's a tag team game, right? So Piccolo's another character that I haven't really thought about what new moves I would give him. he's just a character that I think has fundamental problems. I think Piccolo is actually pretty cool, right? Fix the fundamental problems with it's a tag team game, right? I know someone was saying like, oh, maybe you could have like an EX move of this that's a counts as a beam. You know, I don't even know if I would give him that. I mean, honestly, Piccolo is a character that I think if you fundamentally fix a lot of things, I think he's potentially, you know, I think he's still a good character even without giving him new shit. I mean, if you were going to give him an EX one of this that counts as a beam, you'd have to make it like twice as slow. You have to hold down the button and the move is at least twice as slow because that's just too much screen control, I think. Even if it was an EX move for a character that has like a lot of shit, I think. So I'm not even sure if I would give him that. You know, fundamental things, again, showing stuff that is wrong with him. Or guard. Like, this shit is stupid. Oh my god. Just grabbing his dick, dude. Why the fuck doesn't that work? That's fucking terrible. Like, I hate that kind of shit. I also would, I think this, you know how he raises up in the air a little bit? I don't think you should raise that high in the air. Because I think you should be able to get that kind of stuff, dude, right? Like, you should be able to do low as ground, that kind of shit, into the jab, I think, right? Like, that's like, I don't think you should... I don't think you should raise like that either. You know, I think you should stay at the same spot. Give him some shit like that. So if you do it really low, right? Again, like, you know, I'm thinking about fundamental things. You know what I mean? Like if there's actually counter hits, like say boom. If you do that, boom, the guy's staggered. You can run and combo the guy. You know what I mean? If the guy's jumping, counter hit, boom, you can run and combo that. You know what I mean? Like I think Piccolo. You know what I mean? And again, every character needs like a normal that doesn't move them forward, give him a normal like that. I don't know what you would give him new move-wise. I mean, I really don't know because, again, Piccolo is a character I think fix a lot of fundamental problems. Maybe just give him one new move. I think he's still fucking cool, dude. I think he still is like, you know, pretty good, right? And he's going to be a really good, he has amazing fucking synergy, right? Maybe don't fix a few fundamental things. Maybe Piccolo doesn't get a new special move. Maybe just give him the one new normal because every character needs a normal that doesn't move them forward. You know what I mean? It can be a jump cancelable move, whatever, you know what I mean? Fix that kind of fundamental shit. And, you know, he's just fine because he's so fucking tag team friendly, dude, right? That's fucking sweet, dude. So that's kind of Piccolo thing. I mean, I know that's probably not fun because I was like, oh, I want new moves too. You know, I think Piccolo is pretty... Just stop raping fucking the alien, dude, right? It's a tag team game. Give him all that kind of shit. I think he'll be fine with the game, you know what I mean? Fixing the fundamental issues of the game, I think he'll only get stronger, technically, depending on how strong the other characters get, but that's my kind of ideas, right? I'm sure some people have an idea of what might be a cool special move to give him or something. I mean, put it in the comments, I guess, but he's not a character that I think is, you know, again, I think he's pretty cool as he is. It's just that they're so fucking afraid of fucking tag team shit and synergy. You know, stop getting rid of the nutsacks, bro. Come on, man. Oh, and of course, I've said this before too. Since every character would have an unreflectable move, I think this should be unreflectable, dude. Right? That should be unfucking reflectable, dude. Right? I also think when you do this, like that should cross up to the other side to get some mix-ups. And I know that would actually make shit like this kind of like scary. You know what I mean? You're calling stuff like that. It's like, oh shit, see that it's still that slow. So it's like, man, maybe give him something like that he can aim one and it goes up, a diagonal one too, right? I don't know. Again, whatever. Those are some changes, dude. The end.